On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history, landed on the beaches of Normandy, France. General Eisenhower, supreme Allied leader, orchestrated D-Day, ensuring precise strategy, deception, and logistics in his plan. The objective of D-Day was to establish a foothold in Nazi-occupied Europe. Through a coordinated amphibious assault on Normandy, the Allies had a place to initiate their advance. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces landed on 5 Normandy beaches. Utah saw rapid success, Omaha faced fierce resistance but was secured, Gold linked inland British positions, Juneau, led by Canadians, overcame heavy defenses, Sword secured routes for advance. As landing crafts hit the shore, ramps dropped and soldiers rushed into gunfire. Chaos erupted, bullets tore through the air, explosions shook the sand, some men fell instantly, others pushed forward. Amid the carnage, troops secured footholds, silencing bunkers and clearing obstacles. On D-Day, airborne troops parachuted behind enemy lines, securing roads and bridges to support the beach landings. Glider forces reinforced key positions while infantry stormed the coast. Germany's defense was disorganized. Expecting an attack elsewhere, many units were caught off guard. Some resisted fiercely, but others surrendered as the Allies advanced. American forces faced heavy resistance while securing the beaches. At Omaha, progress was slow, but after hours of fighting, troops broke through. By day's end, the Allies had a foothold in Europe. On D-Day, over 156,000 Allied troops landed in Normandy. The U.S. suffered over 2,400 deaths at Omaha Beach. German losses ranged from 4,000 to 9,000. With the Allies advancing from Normandy in the west and the Soviets pushing from the east, Hitler's forces were stretched thin. The invasion accelerated Nazi Germany's collapse. After D-Day, Allied forces surged through France, forcing German troops into retreat. Meanwhile, Soviet troops tightened their grip in the east. As supply lines broke and morale collapsed, Hitler's regime crumbled. Less than a year later, Nazi Germany fell, all because of D-Day. This personally interests me because my great-grandfather fought in World War II, and this was a major turning point that occurred in the war, ultimately affecting his participation in the war. The Berlin Wall was constructed on August 13, 1961, dividing East and West Berlin. Built by East Germany, it became a Cold War symbol preventing movement between the two sides. West Berlin thrived under capitalism with higher wages and consumer goods. East Berlin struggled under a planned economy, facing shortages and state control. These disparities fueled unrest. President JFK delivered his famous Ich bin ein Berliner speech in West Berlin. He declared solidarity with Berliners, emphasizing the stark divide between democracy and communism. Mass protests erupted across East Germany in 1989, demanding reform. In East Berlin, hundreds of thousands gathered, pressuring the government. On November 9, 1989, the Berlin Wall fell after weeks of protests and political pressure. A miscommunication led East German officials to open the border, and crowds surged through. These two events are similar in that D-Day shattered Nazi Germany's grip on Europe, marking the beginning of its downfall. Decades later, the Berlin Wall's collapse symbolized the end of Soviet control. Both events signified the fall of oppressive regimes. In 1802, President Thomas Jefferson officially established West Point to train officers in military strategy and engineering. On July 4, 1802, the academy was formally opened. West Point has stood on the Hudson River, a natural fortress. The river's deep waters and rugged cliffs provided both defense and inspiration, making it the ideal location. West Point, the United States Military Academy, trains future officers for the Army. Cadets study for 4 years, earning a bachelor's degree and a commission as a second lieutenant. The academy instills discipline, leadership, and military expertise to help shape the nation's defenders for their future to come. After 4 years at West Point, cadets graduate as a second lieutenant. They are then stationed in the U.S. Army where they serve out their 6-year contract. Life at West Point is rigorous. Cadets follow strict schedules, early mornings, academic studies, and military training. They march in formations, learn combat tactics, and develop leadership skills. Every day prepares them for the service as future Army officers, balancing discipline, education, and duty. West Point offers a rigorous 4-year academic program, combining military training with studies in science, engineering, and leadership. Cadets followed a structured curriculum, developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills to prepare their careers as Army officers. During the Revolutionary War, George Washington saw the Hudson River as vital to mainland defense. West Point's cliffs made it the perfect stronghold, blocking British advances and securing supply routes. Each year, around 1,000 cadets graduate from West Point, earning their commissions as second lieutenants in the U.S. Army, ready to lead and serve. The U.S. Army, America's largest military branch, relies on West Point to train elite officers. Each year, graduates join its ranks, leading soldiers in defense of the nation. Since 1802, West Point graduates have led the U.S. Army in every major war: Civil War, World Wars, Korea, Vietnam, and beyond, shaping American military history. This topic interests me because West Point is a college that I would like to attend in the coming years and graduate from. The Battle of Luzon was a major World War II clash where U.S. forces fought to liberate the Philippines from Imperial Japan, securing a crucial victory in the Pacific. The Battle of Luzon was a major conflict that took place in the Pacific theater of the world. The Battle of Luzon was a key part of the Philippines campaign in World War II. U.S. forces fought to liberate the islands, securing Luzon to weaken Japan's hold in the Pacific theater. The Battle of Luzon was the longest and bloodiest battle in the Pacific theater of World War II. Lasting over 7 months, it saw intense combat and high casualties ranging from 200,000 estimates on the Japanese side. The Battle of Luzon was a crushing defeat for Japan, marking a turning point in the Pacific War. U.S. forces shattered Japanese defenses, liberating the Philippines. Now, to link the two topics together, Douglas MacArthur, a West Point graduate, led the Battle of Luzon in 1945, fulfilling his promise to liberate the Philippines. His military training at West Point shaped his leadership, guiding U.S. forces in one of the Pacific's longest and bloodiest battles. The Academy's legacy lived on through MacArthur's decisive victory, marking a turning point in World War II.